Good day, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. My name is Darren and my ham radio call sign is N4VFR. Now in this video I'm going to show you my LiveATC setup here at my location to my local airport, and I'm going to show you the website if you're interested in volunteering where you can get all the information. So that's the Raspberry Pi 4 with the case. We got a fan on top, and that provides a 24-hour live feed. Alright guys, welcome to my desktop. This is the LiveATC.net webpage. I'm just going to run through it where you can read more information about volunteering and what type of equipment that you will need. Come over here to where it says increase coverage. If you click on that, it's going to give you some information regarding what types of live feed equipment you'll need. The first one here, they say that there's two primary ways for the feed. This is what I'm using. It's number one. It's the RTL 2832 SDR, software defined radio. I'll leave the link in the description so you can take a look at it. It's really easy. It's probably under $40 for that SDR dongle. The other method is actually using a physical radio, a scanner, for example, but you would also need to have a sound capture card so you can feed it into your computer. What I'm using is the Raspberry Pi 4, and I decided to use that because I had a spare one, and I'll leave the link on the description likewise, and what power supply I'm using, and also the case. You saw there was like an acrylic case. That's the case that I'm using. It helps keep it cool when it's operating 24 hours a day. So I'll let you read all that. You also have several different other brands, and this is information regarding specific scanners that LiveATC has been successful applying to their feed. With regards to location and antenna height, generally it says right here you need to be within 10 nautical miles from the airport. The antenna that I'm running is a directional sirio antenna. I'll show you that right here. I bought it off of Amazon. Yes, you're going to pay a pretty penny. I'll leave some links above where I had my daughter help me assemble this antenna. It's fairly easy to assemble. I chose a directional antenna because I want some good coverage with the ground controller and also the approach controller at my airport here. But your best option is when you're closer to the airport, you want to use an omnidirectional antenna, an antenna that covers all directions. And here is an example. It's the Arrow Antenna GP126. It's an omnidirectional antenna, and there are some prices there at the bottom. You want to have not the 2-meter band, but you want to have dedicated airband frequencies. There's also centerfire airband folder dipole antenna. You want to put these antennas as high as possible so you have better coverage, and it looks like you can mount it on a telescopic pole. Here's the price of it. It's less than $60 to purchase that. You would also need to purchase RG11 or RG6. It's a 75 ohm coax cable. And you also have the Diamond D777. It's a VHF UHF airband antenna, and this one located at HRO. The price is just under $100. It gives you a gain. There's a 3.4 dB gain, and the impedance is 50 ohms, so you would have to use a RG58 coax cable. Once you read all those information, figuring out whether if you want to continue on this endeavor, next thing to do is click on this link here. It says contact us. It's just basically you send it's almost like a customer service help ticket. So you just type in your name, your email address, the 3 or 4 letter identifier, the ICAO airport designation, the name of your airport. If you don't know it, then just type the whole name out, like John F. Kennedy Airport. They want to know how far are you away from that airport. Do a Google Earth search. I want to type in my airport here, San Luis Potosi Airport. Here it is. This is the San Luis International Airport. This is the airport that I'm providing the LiveATC feed. And what I want to do is I want to do a straight line. So let's take a look up here in these little menus here. Here's the path. Okay, so let me zoom in here. I'm going to pick a spot anywhere. Let's pick that spot, zoom out. So I'm going to plant it right there. Click on it. It's telling me it's a 16.2 kilometers. So that's how you would get the distance where the crow flies. It's actually just under 10 nautical miles. Now you have a heading. So if you got the same antenna that you're planning to buy is the Sirio 3-element Yagi for the aviation band, you got to point your antenna at a heading of 047, and that's pretty cool. This is Google Earth. So you put in your type of equipment that you're running here, the scanner model, and then the type of antenna you're running, and whether if you're running a Raspberry Pi 4 that would be using the Linux or a Mac computer, you'll be using the Mac OS or Windows 11, Windows 10, this operating system. And then your message goes in here, detail. And then you send that message. It takes about 24 hours to get a response. The receiver that I'm running is the RTL SDR blog version 4. Not very expensive, only just under $39.95, just under $40. So after you get a email back, I'm going to look through my emails. I'm going to tell you what they've required. All right, once you get the approval, there's several steps that you got to do on the instructions that they provided me. They're assuming that I have a 16 gigabyte or larger SD card in the Raspberry Pi, and I think I got a 32 gigabytes in that Raspberry Pi right here. They provided you a link for the image, so you follow those instructions, then you got to unzip it. The program that they're running is the Balena Etcher. Let me show you that link, and I would download this one right here. Yep, that's it. So this is the imaging program that takes your downloaded images and it makes a copy of that image onto your Raspberry Pi. So this is the monitor that I'm running. It's a small little monitor here. I can use a mini HDMI cable, or you can use an HDMI cable here and then connect that onto your Raspberry Pi. I think that's using a mini HDMI on the Raspberry Pi 4. So you would need to have this, because what's going to happen is you will be required to type in a config file onto the Unix, like a DOS prompt. Yeah, so you're going to be typing a config file and then saving that into the Raspberry Pi. Don't worry about it. If you can't do that, you're having difficulties, then reply to their email, to their help desk, and they're going to give you a procedure to be able to log on to your Raspberry Pi remotely. You might have a question, okay, so now that I'm online, what happens if I have a power failure and the power comes back on maybe an hour or 2 hours later? Maybe you get a brownout, or maybe you just happen to lose electricity. The Raspberry Pi will automatically reboot, and it's going to restart that program automatically. So I don't know all the specifics, but it's basically hands off. Plug in the power, plug in your antenna to the dongle for your LiveATC feed, and it does everything automatically. So let's do this. Here on LiveATC, I'm going to give you a demo of my feed, and you can listen to the audio. So these are the frequencies that I'm covering here. Here, I'm just going to click on the browse, the HTML5. Just click on that. It pops up a window. Okay, just like that. And it gives you a METAR. This is a real-time METAR forecast. So this is what we're going now. You can see the timers counting up. When there's activity, you'll see the receive levels here. And this is your volume control.
1097 position and altitude.
Again, 1097 is 20 miles north of SLP at 15,000.
Roger, continue descending 10,000, 10,000 and clear for the VOR Zulu to runway 32.
Descend to 10,000, cleared VOR Zulu runway 32, American 10.
That's right. Echo Juliet Mike puede continuar con su radio solicitada, está cruzando con tráfico.
Ok, continuamos hacia la radial 005 y estamos a la presente 21 millas fuera.
Recibe, notifique 40 de Potosí.
Notificamos 40 de Potosí, Echo Juliet Mike.
American 1393.
Go ahead, 1393.
American 1393, country 390.
390, American 1393.
What's neat about this up here, you got these different links. You have ADSB. You click.
One is 050, contact Mexico Control on 133.1.
133.1, bonus 1050, so.
You can just click on this, and then it brings up a website where you can actually see the airplanes. So this is where I'm located now, San Luis Potosi. And then you can hover over the airplane. That's the American 1097. That's inbound. That's landing in San Luis.
4176, cuando listo, descienda vía Ligol 1 Bravo a nivel 240.
Claro que sí, en cuanto posible, Vol 1 Bravo para 240.
This is landing in San Luis Potosi. American 1097. And to Google, and then just put AA 1097 American Airlines. So here it is. It's on time. It's going to be arriving in 11 minutes. So it came from Dallas, Fort Worth to San Luis Potosi. Coming back to the LiveATC, you also have FlightAware. Click on FlightAware.
México 142, contact México 123, decimal 9.
FlightAware, here's the airplane. American 1097. It's an Airbus 319. It came from DFW to San Luis Potosi. Estimated landing is at 12:31 local in about less than 5 minutes. Cool beans, guys. That's it. If you're interested in this display back here in the background, that's the software-defined radio. That's on the 20-meter band. HF, that's high frequencies. All the equipment here that you got going, that's also part of amateur radio on the high frequency band. Please consider to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in all those. I also do videos on travel with my family. My name is Darren. My ham radio call sign is N4VFR. Thank you for watching. I'll say 73s. Have a great day. See you on the next video.